Layoffs are being announced across the United States in technology, retail, media, and manufacturing, and yet official jobless claims continue to fall, which creates confusion for many people watching the economy. This contradiction exists because jobless claims only count those who apply for unemployment benefits, and many laid-off workers never appear in that data. Some receive severance packages that delay claims, while others move into temporary work contract roles or gig jobs that do not qualify for benefits. Layoffs are also concentrated in visible white-collar sectors, while healthcare, education, government, and service industries continue hiring, which keeps overall claims lower even as headlines feel alarming. Many workers hold multiple jobs, and losing one does not make them eligible for unemployment, so financial stress increases without appearing in statistics. Companies are also avoiding large public layoffs by freezing hiring, cutting hours, letting contracts expire, and removing bonuses, which reduces income but does not trigger claims. Inflation forces people to accept lower quality work quickly rather than waiting for benefits, which keeps employment numbers strong while living standards fall. Jobless claims measure whether people are working, not whether they are financially secure, and this gap explains why confidence feels weak even when data looks positive. The deeper reality is that the labor market is quietly reshaping rather than collapsing. Automation, artificial intelligence, and efficiency drives allow companies to produce more with fewer workers, increasing pressure on those who remain while pushing others into unstable work. Many households delay filing for unemployment by using savings or credit, but those cushions are shrinking and stress is building beneath the surface. Skill mismatches mean jobs exist, but not for displaced workers who often exit the workforce temporarily without being counted. Regional job losses are averaged out in national data, and early retirements lower unemployment numbers while reducing productivity. Younger workers cycle through short-term jobs with low pay and few benefits, rarely filing claims at all. The system was built for stable long-term employment and struggles to capture modern work realities. As a result, layoffs feel real to people while claims stay low, creating a false sense of stability. Historically, labor markets do not weaken gradually, they break suddenly, and when savings are gone and confidence drops, claims rise fast. Until then, the disconnect remains, with stress building quietly beneath calm-looking data. The contradiction between falling jobless claims and widespread layoffs also reveals how fragile modern employment has become. Many workers who lose stable full-time jobs are pushed into temporary roles, freelance work, or gig platforms that offer no long-term security. On paper, these people are employed, but in reality, their income is unpredictable and often lower than before. This shift allows unemployment numbers to stay low while household finances quietly weaken. The labor market appears strong because people are working, but the quality of that work is steadily declining. Another reason claims stay low is fear. Many workers hesitate to file for unemployment because they believe it will hurt future job prospects or take too long to process. Others feel pressure to accept any job quickly due to rising rent, food, and healthcare costs. Inflation forces people back into the workforce faster, even if the job is a step down. This keeps claims low but increases burnout, stress, and dissatisfaction across the economy. Companies have also become more strategic after past crises. Instead of sudden mass layoffs, they cut slowly through attrition, restructuring, and performance reviews. Employees are encouraged to leave voluntarily, which avoids unemployment claims and negative headlines. This silent reduction is harder to track, but deeply felt by workers who see teams shrink, workloads grow, and job security disappear. Government data also struggles to keep up with the speed of change. Labor reports are delayed and revised while layoffs are immediate and visible. Social media amplifies individual stories of job loss, creating a sense of crisis, while official numbers lag behind reality. Both views are partially correct, which is why confusion grows. This gap between experience and data has consequences. Consumers pull back spending because they feel uncertain even when reports say the economy is strong. Businesses delay investment because they see weakening demand. Confidence erodes quietly, and confidence is what keeps an economy stable. History shows that labor markets often look fine until they suddenly are not. Jobless claims usually spike only after damage is already done. By the time the data confirms trouble, households are already struggling and savings are depleted. This is why the current disconnect matters. It suggests stress is building under the surface rather than being released gradually. Layoffs everywhere and falling jobless claims are not opposites. They are two sides of a changing economy where stability is being replaced by flexibility and risk is being shifted from companies onto workers. Until income security returns, the numbers may look calm, but the pressure will continue to rise. The final piece of this story is how long this situation can last and what finally causes it to change. Labor markets do not adjust smoothly when pressure builds quietly. They hold together until something forces release. This could be a sharp slowdown in spending, a financial shock, or tighter credit conditions. When that happens, companies stop managing slowly and start cutting fast. Claims that stayed low for months can rise in weeks. Many workers today live closer to the edge than the data suggests. Paychecks cover bills, but leave little room for error. When one expense rises or hours fall, stress becomes immediate. This means the margin for resilience is thin. The system depends on people continuing to show up and accept unstable work even as security fades. Another issue is productivity strain. Fewer workers doing more work leads to burnout. Burnout reduces output quality and innovation. Over time, companies face higher turnover and training costs. This weakens growth and pushes firms to cut further, creating a cycle that feeds itself. The contradiction between layoffs and low claims also changes how people plan their lives. They delay buying homes, starting families, or making long-term commitments. This reduces demand across the economy. Housing, autos, travel, and services all feel the impact. Again, this does not show up immediately in employment numbers, but it shapes future growth. Eventually, policy responses arrive, but often late. By the time claims rise enough to trigger action, households have already adjusted downward. Confidence is lost, and recovery becomes harder. This pattern has repeated across past cycles, and the current environment shows similar signs. What makes this moment different is speed. Information spreads instantly. Workers react faster. Spending decisions change quickly. This means when the shift comes, it may be sharper than expected. Layoffs everywhere and falling jobless claims are not a mystery when viewed together. They reveal an economy relying on appearance rather than strength. Jobs exist, but security does not. Work continues, but confidence erodes. Numbers stay calm while people feel anxious. Understanding this gap helps explain why optimism is low even when reports sound positive. It also explains why sudden changes remain a risk. The labor market today is not broken, but it is stretched, and stretched systems do not bend forever.